Hello, I'm Greg Armstrong, and I'd like to welcome you into the Blount County's Coaches Corner. And today we find ourselves in Hayden, Alabama, home of the Hayden Wildcats. And today we're going to get to talk to this fella right here, Coach Chad Eakes, who is new to Blount County. He's been around a lot of big schools, had a lot of success. And Coach, I think it'd be great to start off today and just kind of tell the folks where you've been, some things about you, and kind of get to know Chad Eakes right now.
Well, this is year 29 coaching. So I came here from Gardendale as the head coach and athletic director there for the last 7 years, and resigned there and was looking for a place to continue a few more years of coaching. And I think I found the right place. I wanted to be somewhere that you can still coach the game for the values that matter, and have young men who want to get those things out of the game of football. But I have been blessed to be around a lot of really good coaches. Started out at Huffman High School after a few years of being a GA, and worked there for several years, moved to Mississippi for a while, stayed there 5 years, and came from there to Hoover High School as offensive line coach. Did that for 11 years, and then Gardendale, and now here at Hayden.
Well, when you think about that, there's been no school in the state of Alabama that's had more success than Hoover.
Yeah.
And then you was able to have great success at Gardendale as well. So coming to Hayden's a little bit different, a little smaller, more of a rural county, but it's a great place. And I think about Hayden, they outgrew most of this area because they had so many people that moved here. But the people in Hayden love this school. This is a great community. It's a great school. And it's a fantastic atmosphere on Friday nights. They got a great band and cheerleaders. It's a great, and I think they're ready to take that next step. And talk about this football team. Hopefully by now you've learned some of their names. I know that takes a while. And you said you had about 65?
65.
65, that's a great number.
It is.
And so you're going to have about 65 on the team. But talk about who's going to have to be some of the leaders on this team, and talk a little bit how the things have went since you got here.
Okay. Well, first of all, you mentioned the community, and it's been a very receptive to me, and you can tell the kids that this is where they want to be. But I do think it's a community that takes everybody involved to win on Friday night. It's going to take our band being loud and cheerleaders getting things going and dance line, the crowd. It's going to take all of us to be successful on Friday night. But, there's several kids that stand out. Asher Davidson's one of them. Plays defensive end. He'll play a lot of tight ends. Also a really good track athlete. But he's just a quiet leader. He shows up every day, does his job, and he's a leader in the way he does things. He's not very talkative. John Kelly's a linebacker for us who's a little more talkative than Asher, but is a leader in the same kind of way. On the others on the defensive side, I know Darius Greer has been around a long time, suffered through some injuries, I think, in the last year or so, but has had a really good offseason. I think he's going to have a great year. And then on the offensive side, we're young at quarterback, but Everett Hicks is really growing and maturing faster than what you see most guys. And he's a young quarterback now in a new offense. But he's really progressing quickly. We're going to run out of time pretty soon. We got to play a game. On the offensive line, Colin Mathern is a returner there. He does a good job at center. He's one of the guys that stands out. The Vidoja brothers, there's Tanner on defense and Tyler on offense, and those are kids that show up every day and work real hard. And John Colson is a really good athlete here that can do a lot of things for us in the backfield and at linebacker. So there's quite a few kids, and I think we can put together a good solid defense as long as we're playing together and playing hard all the time, and we're willing to play hard longer than our opponent.
Well, and one thing about Hayden, they're the largest school in Blount County, and this is the Blount County Coaches Corner. And sometimes by being over here, they get it kind of overlooked a lot of times. A lot of the teams in Blount County get overlooked because we're kind of in that media area that don't get a lot of coverage. But one good thing about Hayden, I think it is so close to Jefferson County. I'm hoping that you'll get a lot of pub and a lot of these kids can see those things. And a lot of people are interested in you that I've talked to that you've known, that have covered some schools that you've been at. And as I thought about Hayden, I don't know what your goals, you got your region. Talk about your region. I don't know what your goals are for this year. You're new, you got a late start. But you always have goals.
Yeah.
What's some of the goals that you would
Well, of
accomplish
course,
this year?
you mentioned our region. Our region, I think, is one of the toughest ones around. It reminds me of the 6A version that we played in Gardendale. And very athletic teams, well-coached teams. You got a wide variety of schools. And so the same thing with us. We're going to see a lot of good athletes at Ramsey and Carver and Winona, and we need to do our best not to get in one-on-one matchups sometimes with their best skilled people. And that's where we got to be a great team to do it. And then there's teams, a lot of teams I'm not very familiar with. I'm just now learning them, but I also know some of the coaches and how well coached they are. So it's going to be a battle every week, and I don't see anybody on our schedule we need to stay home that week for.
Well, that's right. And I think, too, a new coach having to prepare for a new system at Hayden, there'll be some things they've got to adjust to, too. So you'll have an advantage in some areas as well. Since you've been here, and this might be a hard question, maybe an easy question, what's one of the things that you've been pleasantly surprised about?
Well, just the personality of the kids. I think the majority of kids playing sports are very good kids. They come from a lot of different things in their background and a lot of different home lives, but there's a consistency about them that when they show up in the field house, they care about their teammates. They want to work hard. They want to succeed. And so just those kids, I think they've welcomed me. They've been responsive to what I want to do and the things I try to do and the changes, and they've gone along with that. And I told my son one day, he's also a coach. I said, hey, we may not be real fast, but if I go on the field at 12 and I stay out there till 5, they'll all stay there and keep doing stuff. So it's a group of kids. I think they enjoy the working, and they're excited to be playing this year.
Well, I think one of the strengths of our county is definitely the character of our kids. And Hayden has got tremendous character. I know they had a great basketball season last year that was historic, and I think some of those kids play for you. I met one of them a while ago, but I think that winning breeds winning, and hopefully that success will carry over into the football side of it and give you a little bit of momentum there as well. But you got great kids. There's great coaches. There's great teachers here. The community's fantastic. So I think you got everything here.
Yeah, you do. You got everything that you need. You got everything you need here. And like you said, I'd like for one day for football to be the one that causes the rest of them to win.
That's right.
But you do basketball successful. They've got their program.
And that goes in soccer.
And there's a difference. I tell kids all the time, there's a difference in having a football team and a football program. A football team shows up in August and they play a few games and they go home. A football program starts in January and they work all year, until their season ends. And that's what I want to build here. And I think we got the kids here we can do that with.
Well, and I do think that, I don't know what your makeup is grades as far as players. Are you heavy on the junior, senior side, or
we're heavy on the freshman side.
That's good.
Which is good. And then our senior, junior, sophomore about the same size. There's 14 to 16 in each one of those. So those are all pretty even and pretty heavy on the freshman side. And like I said, our middle school has between 70 and 75 right now.
Just south of 8.
Well, we keep having to buy more equipment, so we're...
Well, so from 7th to the 8th to the 9th grade, that's a good firm foundation.
Yeah, it is.
And that's where you build a
program. A lot of kids, and that's where you build things. You want to do well. It's hard for that. The group you want to bond with is a senior class because this is their senior year.
Sure.
And they've gone through a lot of changes.
And they will be the ones who will be the cornerstone of your program.
Yes, and they'll be the ones that will hopefully come back and show and they'll set the standard for the way the game's played here for those young kids. But it's a hurried up deal of trying to get to know that class and them get to know me because it's, in a few months their senior season's over and we've only known each other since June. So
right.
I want it to be a special year for those kids and them leave here and come back one day and remember what they started.
Well, and I looked at there's been a lot of improvements made here at Hayden.
Mm-hmm.
This new field house is really nice. It's got a lot of room in it. You look out the work they've done on the stadium. The field looks fabulous. The new track. So there is a lot of positive stuff here in Hayden, Alabama, and I think everybody's excited about you being here.
Hope so.
And we certainly are excited about you being in Blount County. And we want to wish you the best of luck each week. Coach Eads will have be on our Blount County, as we do our Blount County Coaches Corner every week. It won't be done as far as video, but it'll be done and broadcast each week on Thursday nights and Friday nights on WCRL. And then you'll have a special show with the voice of the Wildcats, Robert Bradford, who also is a part of the WCRL with the Wildcat Radio Network. And y'all will do that, I think, on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
So throughout the season, you ought to get to hear a lot of Coach Eads. And Coach, we appreciate you. We wish you the best of luck, and we're glad you're in Blount County.
Thank you very much. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Well, that's Coach Chad Eads. Let me tell you something, Hayden. You got a fantastic coach. The future is bright, and he's at a great place. And you tune in each week and see what's happening here in Hayden, Alabama. We'll be back with more Coaches Corner, only on WCRL.
Custom, precise, and built tough. That's the only way we do it at 2M Welding and Fabrication. We bring your vision to life exactly how you want it. From handrails and gates to trailers and structural projects. If it's metal, we make it custom. That's why we're one of the fastest growing fabricators in the industry. Built to match your standards and exceed expectations. Learn more and see our work at 2mweldingandfab.com. 2M Welding and Fabrication. Built 2M Tough.